Welcome! This is RiaTalk for real people, where we're always keeping it real regarding love, families, and relationships with a biblical perspective. And here's your host, Maria.
Happy 2020. I know it's February, everyone, but it is 2020. My vision is 2020. How about yours? Hello, hello, hello.
I like that. I like that little My Vision's 2020. Like, I see what you did there, little play on words. It's also Black History Month, too. So,
happy Black History Month. Black history is my history and your history. But also talking about Black History Month, we're going to talk about how we respect the Black woman and the Black woman and other women too. But right now I'm a focus where the need is. Jesus once said, I didn't come to save the man that's well. I came for those who are lost. I came to those who are sick. And you don't need well people in the hospital. The hospital's made for the sick. And Black people, we are sick. When you can disrespect the Black woman, when Black women can disrespect themselves, Black little girls don't know what respect means, we are sick. And I want to be a part of the solution to see can we respect ourselves.
Well, that's what I wanted to kind of get into. You kind of already segued into that. You were wanting to talk about respect. And you were saying to me when we had talked about this a few days ago, respect has many different levels. And it all culminates with respecting yourself and having people respect you. Can you go into that? Take me through that conversation again.
The first level is respecting yourself. And like I told you, I'm always coming from a biblical perspective. Mm-hmm. Because in the interest of transparency, and I make no bones about it, I'm a Christian. And I believe in the Bible. Okay. And Jesus, as he said, like you said, what does it mean? He says, talking about the golden rule of the scripture that was used when they asked Jesus, good master, what must I do to inherit eternal life? And back to the golden rules, it was saying, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy strength, and with all thy might, something to that effect, and your neighbor as yourself. Now, we're going back to respect. Mm-hmm. See how I said yourself? Everything must start with you. We must respect ourselves as humans, and specifically as women, and we must respect ourselves as Black women. Now, the society makes it very difficult for a little Black girl to grow up and respect herself. And I'm just going to be me. I once heard Russell Simmons say this. Russell Simmons said, do you. So part of doing Maria is when things are sad, I cry. Mm-hmm. When things hurt me, I cry. Mm-hmm. When things hurt other humans, I cry. And Black women are being hurt. Black girls are being hurt.
So I see that you're really emotional about it. I want to back it up a little bit and talk about what was the catalyst for this and why do you feel like we need to specifically focus on Black women and Black women respect, and how does this go into the first level you were talking about?
I was thinking about Gayle King, this whole thing with Gayle King and Kobe and Snoop and all the other rappers and various Black males, not white males, not brown males, Black men who have even threatened her life. Kobe would not approve of that. We cried here in Los Angeles over Kobe. You know why we cried over Kobe? Because Kobe was a good example of a good person. Like they said, he was not a perfect person, but we all felt the goodness of Kobe. And I don't believe Kobe would have approved of disrespecting women. They always talk about Kobe, how he loved his 3 daughters. He was a father of 3 black daughters. And to have these people to threaten Gail and disrespect her was very painful for me as a black woman. We all love Kobe, but Kobe, he would not like someone to want to kill Gail for what she said. And as Eric Dyson said, they didn't do it to the white female journalist. They didn't threaten her life, but yet they threatened Gail, who has been a philanthropist, who has always supported black causes along with Oprah, but they did it to Gail. So it hurt me because it seemed like disrespecting your mother. Gail is old enough to be most of these guys' mother, grandmother. She's okay, some of them sisters. But it's the amount of disrespect throughout the black male community. Now we could get all those black males to go and vote for 2020 to get the man that's really causing problems for black people, number 45 out there. That's a sidebar, but I just wanted to say that. All that venom, save it for the voting booth, that way you can make a difference. Now, having to have said that, back to respecting. You have to respect yourself.
So, can I ask a question right now?
Mm-hmm.
So, the fact that, because I just want to make sure that I'm crystal clear and that your listeners are crystal clear. The fact that black men disrespect black women, is it because black women don't respect themselves?
Yes. That's part of it. I had a friend. I lived in North Dakota. And my undergraduate degree was from the University of North Dakota at Minot, right? Mm-hmm. And when I was in undergrad, I ran for student government, and I won by 83% of the population of my student body. I said that to show you. One guy asked me, he says, Maria, you often talk about, in black people, and it was around 1987, 88, something like that. He said, you often talk about things that's happening to black people. You're so paranoid. And I said to him, I said, Mike, it's hard not to be paranoid because every time you look around when someone is hitting you in your head, and you got to turn around and you don't see anybody, and then you start walking a little bit further and they hit you in your head again. You look around and you never know. After a while, you get conditioning, like Pavlov conditioning. You never know. That's how it is with the black woman and respect. All the rappers talk about negative about black women. The black men constantly. Not all black men. I have a black husband, and I'm not talking about all black men. There's very much some respect for good black men. But I'm saying in general, what you hear out in the public, this is what our kids are hearing. Little culture. Black girl in pop culture. Say it again.
In pop culture.
And what else? On TV. Mm-hmm. You know, we get, so it makes it hard for a little black girl to respect herself and to love herself. And she don't have to be on the pole, and she doesn't have to be twerking. Okay. You know, and she don't have to be shaking her booty in the rap video, to gain respect. Even when she does that, she's even more so enabling or empowering these bad behavior of her naysayer. For example, my mom said to us, I have 8 sisters, and this is what my mom would say to us. Just because someone paints your name, don't supply the paint. That means don't be who people say you are. Let them be a liar. Don't supply the paint. Now, back to respect. That's the first level of respect, respecting yourself. The second level means respecting other people, respecting other black women. You know, so I'm not your bee. And another thing, black sister, I'm not your enemy. Now, we don't have to always be cheering and roaring for each other, which we should. All women should be cheering for each other. I cheer for all humans, but especially for women, because we're in the struggle. James Brown said it's a man's world. And he's right. It still is a man's world. And that is why I cheer for women, because we still need to come up and take our rightful place in society. Women make up 50 to 51% of the population, yet when you look at, like they say, economics, and then you look at the economic, black women, we're at the bottom of the barrel. Women is at the bottom, but black women, when you look at, if you go start with the white women, they're at the top, then the Asian, then the Hispanic, then who you have at the bottom? Lo and behold, the black woman, who is also the most educated woman in America, but still making the least amount of money. So because I have the desire, and I think every human, what you should do as a human being and what you should aspire to is to make a contribution to society. Like they say, life is God's gift to you. What you do with your life is your gift to God. That's the price you pay for breathing this earth. And so I am standing up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. And that is so many black women who has been unloved and uncherished and so disrespected. So you got to respect yourself first, loving your neighbor. That's what it means. Loving yourself first, then loving your neighbor as the golden rule. We wouldn't have this trouble if we do that, but we got to. And I'm saying to my people, when I say my people, I mean all people who can hear me, can listen to me, and know that if we follow the golden rule and have love and compassion, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. And I know you would say, how do I respect myself? See, you teach people how to treat you. And this is how you respect yourself. First of all, you don't let others disrespect you. I'd love to use the illustration. Some big object, creature, man, boy, girl, woman, whatever's up there, your boss can be pooping. And they said poop flows downstream. Okay, he's going to poop and he's going to poop on somebody. But when the poop is flowing downstream, get out of the way. Move away from someone that's being offensive to you. Don't sit and take and think you got, I need this job. I need this man. No, you don't. You need yourself. You need your self-respect. Because you can't love yourself when you don't respect yourself.
Okay, this is a good moment for me to break in. Can I ask a question?
Yes, absolutely.
So we just went through 2 levels of respect. And my question to you is, so you teach people how to treat you. So I'm trying to put it all together because this is such a big topic. So are you saying that black women have taught black men how to treat them, and we've taught them to be disrespectful to us?
Absolutely.
Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Now, see, how is that, you know?
This is how we teach them, starting with the mother. Mothers. I'm a mother.
Uh-oh.
I have sons. What's uh-oh?
Because you said mothers. You know, people don't like you hopping on mothers.
People don't like us hopping on everything because the truth hurt. It started with me. It started with me as a mother teaching my son how to respect his sister. You don't have to be chivalrous. I'm not asking for chivalry. I'm asking for decency, human decency, respecting your sister, respecting your mother. The reason they don't respect their sister or other black women, because they hate their mother. Any man that's constantly disrespecting black women, and he is black, he has mother hatred.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Because you can't love your mother and disrespect the black woman. It is contradictory.
So now we have love yourself, love thy neighbor. What is that next tier?
There's not necessarily another tier, but I would like to come in a different way. Go ahead.
What I wanted to ask is because I know that, you comment on relationships too.
Right. That's what I'm getting ready to talk about.
See, we right in sync with each other.
It's talking about relationship. It's teaching people how to treat you in relationship. First of all, you always walk away from whatever that hurts you and disrespect you, because have walk away power. You should never love nothing more than you love yourself. I once heard Maya Angelou said this, and it was such a powerful thing. I love Maya, and you guys will often hear me quoting Maya Angelou because she was such a dynamic woman. And she said this. She had her man, and I think, and I hope I'm telling the story right. They lived together, and they went to a gala party. And when he was at the party, he was talking about her disrespectfully. Of course, I think he was a black man. And when she got home, he came up into the bedroom, and she was packing. He said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm packing your stuff." And she was told that story. She was being interviewed by Oprah. She was saying, because you never let someone disrespect you. You gonna disrespect me in public, say these nasty and ugly things about me. We shouldn't be together. Maya made a decision right then and there. You are not the one. You're not the person I should be with, because clearly you don't like me. Clearly you don't respect me. All those ugly things you said to me, you got to walk away from power. People who disrespect you, and you should never let a person disrespect you and just ignore them. If they disrespect you, I'm not talking about fighting, but you should just correct them and tell them who you are. No, I'm not your hoe. No, I'm not your bitch. No, I'm not your any other negative thought. I'm none of those things. I am Maria. I am Susie. I am Mary. I am Janet. I am Shaquana. I am Tawanda. I am all these girls, but I am not your hoe. I'm not your bitch. I'm not your thought. Now, and once you correct them on it, that person cannot be in your life because they don't value you. See, that's where disrespect come from too, the devaluation of the woman, especially the black woman. And you can stay away from people that don't respect you. Mm-hmm. That's what you have to do too. Stay away from people. They like say you can. It's back to saying, and I'm speaking to women on this, judging a book by its cover. That's another thing you do too, women. What you are not, you don't need to be. If you're not a doctor, don't be wearing doctor clothes. If you're not a hoe, don't be dressing like a hoe. If you're not a hoe, don't be acting like a hoe. Because people get confused. Like they say, judging a book by its cover. We have to judge books by its cover. That's the generalization. Nobody have to have time to get to know you all deep. So what image you want somebody to know who you are, how you define yourself, what we see. So women, if you want to be respected, be respectful. Demand respect. Power concedes nothing without a command. I apologize. Power concedes nothing without a demand. I demand respect. And you say, "Oh, but they still may not respect you." Well, if you don't respect me, you would not be a part of my life. I demand if you want to be in Maria's realm of life, you will respect me, or you will be not in my life. You would not be in my circle of friends. You most certainly would not be my man, calling me thought, hoes, and bitches. I'm not your bitch, and I'm not your hoe. And I'm most certainly not your thought.
So once we first respect ourselves and have the people around us respect us, then we can have the men in our relationships respect us as well. And we can have thoughtful, productive, and loving relationships. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, exactly. You can have thoughtful, loving relationship, but you can't. I always say this. We're not in the business, and no one should be in your personal life. I'm not trying to change the black man or any man. I'm not even trying to change any woman. I'm sharing some information with people because it may be ignorant. You may not know, how am I supposed to behave? How am I supposed to act? How am I supposed to think when someone's constantly calling me a bitch and a hoe? Walk away. Don't ever let them back into your life if he can't respect you. Because there's devaluing you. If you don't value me, I don't need to be a part of your life because I bring value to whatever and whoever I'm with. I bring value to that person, to that place, to that thing. So if you devalue me, clearly you don't know that you got a diamond, you have a ruby, you have a sapphire. You have money in the bank, baby, when you got me.
Okay, any last thoughts about respect and demanding respect and respect of the black woman?
I heard RuPaul say it, and I want you to say it with me because you're a big RuPaul fan. What does RuPaul always say?
If you can't love yourself, I know the quote. If you can't love your damn self, who else is going to love you?
Right. You got to love yourself. Even the Bible teaches you that. How you going to love your neighbor and you don't know what love is? You got to love yourself. And you teach other people how to love you. And the first thing you do, you protect yourself. You value yourself. It is not acceptable. So I need to tell you one more time. Respect yourself.
Okay. And that's especially to our black woman listeners out there. It's Black History Month. You guys should have that as a challenge to yourself. Respect yourself and and demand respect from the people around you, and especially the people in your intimate circle. That's it for RiaTalk, where we're always keeping it real in regards to love, families, and relationships with a biblical perspective. If you haven't noticed, we've switched up the platform a little bit. Leave us your compliments and your comments on our new Instagram account, RiaTalk, and we will see you next week.